All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So 2025 is looking good. According to Elon Musk, no longer Kekius Maximus here on Twitter, but Trump won. Trudeau is resigning. So we got to thank Trump for trolling him so hard that he had to quit. And of course, you know, you got the AI memes hopping out there about his head spinning in a golden toilet right here. So it's pretty crazy what's about to take place over the next few months. And I want to give you guys in this video a breakdown, not only what's happening right now in the markets, but my forecast over the next few weeks leading into Inauguration Day and what's happening on Google Trends, what's happening in a certain subsector of crypto to make the most amount of money possible, where we should be focusing our energy, and what you can do to prepare to make the most amount of money possible. So as always, this video is going to be jam-packed with value. We just finished up our monthly state of the market call inside of Altcoin Pro University. It was about a 2-hour long call. If you guys want to watch that replay, you can click the link in the description below. Go into the classroom right here and then click on live call recordings, and you guys will see the replay uploaded soon, along with all of the other replays as well. Every single week and every single month, we do these calls giving you our state of the market analysis and everything that's happening, so you guys can stay in the know of what's happening, so that way you can protect your portfolio, number one, and scale your wealth this entire bull run. And number three, to capitalize on opportunities that are emerging, because with the large cap projects doing well, like Dogecoin up 20%, Solana up 12%, XRP up 14%, there's going to be a lot of newer projects popping out that are going to outperform a large chunk of the large cap projects. And our research team is spotting those for you guys and posting them inside of Altcoin Pro. So if you're on the fence of getting started, then consider watching this video. And if you get value from this video, then I know you're going to love what you learn inside of Altcoin Pro. So comment 777 if you guys are feeling blessed. If you're feeling bullish, let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So diving right in, we saw this take place recently with crypto launching a Visa card, allowing you to convert your crypto into fiat currency at a safe point of sale, enabling you to make purchases anywhere Visa is accepted. So with Visa and MasterCard diving full-fledged into the crypto market to benefit from transaction fees, there's a big update on this lawsuit that happened with Visa and MasterCard, where they lost a $5.6 billion settlement. And if you have a business, or if you know business owners, you guys can benefit from this before February 4th. That way you can have more capital to rotate into crypto, real estate, precious metals, whatever you guys want before the end of this bull run. Listen to this.
Hey bull runners, this is super time sensitive, especially if you're looking to stack more crypto before the bull run is over. Did you know that Visa and MasterCard lost a $5.5 billion class action lawsuit for imposing unfair fees on merchants and business owners? So if you own a business, or if you know any business owners that process payments with Visa or MasterCard between 2004 and 2019, that's 15 years, you could actually be owed a refund of 1 to 1.5% of your total revenue from that period. That's a lot of money. For example, this business that generated 1.6 million in credit card revenue during those years is getting back $28,000. This business that generated over 7 million is getting back $93,000. And this business that generated over $20 million during those years is getting back over $320,000. That's money they didn't even know was on the table. And all they did was fill out a form through the link below this video. It literally takes less than a minute to see if you qualify, but you don't want to wait too long, because the deadline to file is February 4th, 2025. So the sooner that you fill out the form below, the sooner that you can reclaim what's rightfully yours. Plus, if you don't have a business, you can actually earn 3% by referring businesses that do qualify by creating your affiliate account through the link below. So this is a no-brainer way to get money back in your pocket to use for your business, or if you want to use it for crypto or other assets to invest in, you can do that. So click the link below. Let's get you paid.
And so far, we've had about 365 businesses get approved that have processed over $441 million in credit card processing volume. And the total interchange fees on that was like 6.9 million. The final approval amount so far is 3.5 million. So this will adjust closer to February 4th. So definitely check that out, guys. I think this is an incredible opportunity to, number one, get money back from what Visa or MasterCard took from you if you have a business, or number two, if you don't have a business but you know business owners, you can earn by sharing this with them. So it's very, very lucrative, and it doesn't cost anything to get started. Now, the reason why I share this to start this video off is because a lot of people are always asking us for, how do I make more money? You know, they don't have enough money to put in the crypto market. This is one of those ways. We're always going to bring you guys the best opportunities, whether they be affiliate opportunities that you can earn from. We also earn from that as well. So quick disclosure, when you go through our link, yes, we do earn a small percentage, as do you, but that's common sense. You already know that. And that shouldn't be an issue because that helps support value-based videos like this. So we appreciate you guys. And with the crypto market rebounding right now, time is of the essence. We have to lock in over the next couple weeks because of what is coming. Let's start with Bitcoin to the US dollar price chart, and let's compare back to the past. I talked about this in a previous video, and with Bitcoin breaking upwards of $100,000 again, this is very similar to what we saw happen back here around the SEC announcing that the Bitcoin ETFs were approved. The price pumped up to $49,000, and then Gary Gensler came out, as he always does, to manipulate the markets and saying they weren't approved. The price crashes down to 38,000, and then them coming out later and saying, yes, they are approved. And so was that a strategic timed attack to manipulate the price so the SEC could buy more crypto? Well, I'm not going to confirm or deny that. We all know the shenanigans that they've played with the lawsuit against Ripple to basically suppress the price of XRP and the powers that be behind the scenes to cause that. Well, what we can look at here is the most likely scenario to happen next and see what's going to happen moving forward over the next few weeks. And in my opinion, where we are in the market, I'll share that with you guys. So let's look at the MACD right here, and you guys can see this bearish divergence where we've seen higher highs on the price chart back in January of this year and lower highs on the MACD. We saw a bearish cross take place all the way up here on the 11th of December. And then the MACD broke down while the price was breaking up. And then we saw another bearish cross right here on the 12th of January when that manipulation took place. We broke this trend, this ascending support, and then we came back up to back test it and consolidated sideways while we were forming a bullish cross below zero on the MACD, where the MACD line in blue crossed above. If I just move my thing over here, you guys can see on the right-hand side, bottom of the screen, the MACD line is in blue. The signal line is in orange. When the MACD line crossed above the signal line, it was on the 28th of January when the price was at $42,000. The price came out to 43 and then hovered between 42 and 43 until the 7th of February. And then when the MACD right here on the bottom left-hand side of the screen went back into positive territory with the MACD line in blue above the signal line, we saw this massive reversal take place in the price chart, and we just rocketed all the way up here. Quick little pullback and then a continuation of the uptrend. And so if we see that play out on the right-hand side of the screen, well, we can see some confluence here and some similarities. For example, we saw a bearish cross right here on the 25th of November, and then we saw a attempted bullish cross with the MACD line attempting to cross back above the signal line. It was rejected right here while the price was putting in a higher high on the price chart. The MACD was putting in a lower high, another bearish divergence. We saw liquidity flush breaking this trend, this ascending support, similar to what happened right here, breaking this trend, coming down, forming a low, and now we're bouncing back up to this ascending support as resistance right now. And so if I were to just trace what happened between the end of January until February, coincidentally enough, we are in January getting ready to go into February after this month's over. So if we consolidate sideways and fluctuate between, 98, maybe it could be $95,000. We don't exactly know, how much the sell-off will be. Bitcoin's not just going to shoot all the way up to $120,000 overnight, although anything's possible. The markets tend to play out where we see these recoveries back into zones of resistance. In this case, the zone would be where we're at roughly right now because we are intersecting this ascending support as resistance. So I would just expect the price to go sideways and coil up before breaking to the upside. Now there is the scenario where the price breaks back down, which we talked about in our monthly market call right here with one of our expert analysis, breaking back down to this trend line. And it could be even a much more macro trend line if I were to zoom all the way out here for you guys, on how nasty this could get. It could break all the way back down to $75,000. That's a possibility, but there would have to be some sort of macro scare event that would take place for that to take place, in my opinion, to backtest the previous range at this stage in the bull run cycle. The previous resistance, right? There would have to be some type of war news or something like that. I just personally, I don't see that happening. But although I've seen crazier things happen in the crypto market, this is how I see it playing out. Because when we look at the MACD, we're witnessing a bullish cross take place right at zero, where the histogram is now trending back into positive territory. So if I were to zoom in here at the bottom of the screen, you guys can see that the MACD line in blue is now above the signal line, and the histogram is trending back into positive bullish territory. And so with this breakout taking place, we could see the price cool off while, the MACD starts to move sideways a little bit, similar to what we saw happen all the way back here. If I were to zoom in for you guys, when we saw this bullish cross take place at the tail end of January of 2024, and the price went sideways for Bitcoin, we saw the histogram trend into positive territory, and then the MACD line goes sideways for a bit while the signal line was trending back above zero. As long as the MACD line stays above the signal line, that is amazing news. So even if we go sideways and let's say the histogram rolls around a little bit, as long as the MACD line stays above the signal line and we keep trending into bullish territory above zero on the moving average convergence divergence, then I would just expect the price to make a recovery at some point leading into Gary Gensler's inauguration. Now this leads me into the total 3 chart, because this is playing out perfectly on the monthly chart right here. We're on the zoomed out, much more macro look. You guys look at the relative strength index with the RSI at 71. We aren't anywhere near 80 to 100 like we were at the peak of the last market cycle top. And when I pair this up to the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator right here, and then the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator that tells us when to start taking profits. Again, I'm not telling you when to start taking profits. This indicator is, because I don't give financial advice. I'm just providing you guys with the information and education to make your own decision, and data, indicators, everything that I see happening on the charts for you to make your own informed investment decisions. And then you could still lose money in these markets, right? Because crypto's risky. So here's what we can see right here. When we broke the high of January of 2018, it happened back on the 1st of February 2021 on this monthly candle right here. And then we saw back-to-back monthly bullish candles. Even from January, bullish candle 1, bullish candle 2, 3, 4. Then on the 4th bullish candle on the monthly, that's when the profit start kicked in for this indicator right here. And then we saw a sell-off going from yellow to green on the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator. So right now, what we're seeing happening here is we're consolidating right now at the high, and we're just starting the breakout right here. So what I would expect, and again, I like giving predictions, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but so far on the macro, I've been right since the bear market bottom about where we're going, even though in the short term, it looks a little bit different because it's not gonna be the exact same as what we saw happen back here. As you can already tell, it's a little bit different right now where we're cooling off at the high, whereas we just blasted through the high during the yellow phase. But as you can tell with the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator, it's showing us on the monthly that the 1st of March of 2025 is when this indicator is telling us to start taking profits. And then the end of it is roughly by the end of November of 2025 when the ISO standard goes live for the banking system. And then the ISO compliant projects I expect to do well, in 2025. Even with this next leg up too, virtually everything's going to do well, right? Because as you can see, when the tides rise, so do all ships. XRP's up 14%, Solana's up 12%, Dogecoin's up 20%, and then some other projects as well too that I'll get into in a little bit. But the most important thing to understand here is that on the macro, we are still in the yellow phase. We're not to light green yet, which historically has been the top of the bull run cycle 1, 2 times right here, and total 3 doesn't have enough data on this chart to go back on TradingView, but we could on Bitcoin. But for the sake and time of this video, I would expect the top of the market to be at light green again. Even at that, before we transition from yellow to light green could potentially be the top. So we're not there yet because the relative strength index, 71, I would expect the RSI to peak upwards of 80 to 90 something. So anything above 80 to 90 is when I would consider for myself starting to take profits as the market starts to push up within, $2 to $3 trillion for total 3. Remember, this is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then for us to see the next consolidation and sell-off, similar to what we saw happen right back here from the 1st of April of 2021 until the 1st of June. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen in the summer of 2025. I would just expect there to be some sell-off as we transition from yellow to green. It's similar to what we saw happen back here, transitioning from yellow to green. We saw another sell-off in the market before the final peak. And so the peak will either be a higher high for light green or a lower high for light green, and then we start the bear market going into 2026 as it played out identical to the past after the profit end kicks in. So by like December, January, February, March of 2026, that's when I would expect the meltdown to take place. And covering, if you guys didn't watch my video yesterday, I broke down the 10-year to the 2-year yield curve inversion and how that's going to play in line with unemployment spiking as well too, and how the confluence across all these macro indicators are lining up for a massive meltdown. That's why we look at so many different things. But this is telling me we still have higher to go, and we're about to go parabolic very, very soon. Also, one thing that I'm looking at as well too, Bitcoin's market cap dominance and the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator, and then Bitcoin halving cycle profit chart. So I'll bring up these one at a time. First one, Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator. You guys can see right now we are at yellow, and we broke a major ascending support right here, and we're hovering right below it right now. So I would expect just the market cap dominance to go sideways for a little bit, maybe see another rally up to 60%, and then for us to fall off of a freaking shelf, dude, and altcoins to go parabolic, similar to this, and then do the same thing basically. Now, how low will Bitcoin's dominance go? No clue. Nobody has any idea. But if we look at the zones that we were at last bull run, it can give us kind of a clue here, right? Around 40%. Maybe we dip as low as 38%, 40%. Doesn't really matter how low we go. What matters is that when Bitcoin's dominance starts to drop, we will see a few things happen. Number one, we will see XRP go parabolic, because look right here at XRP's price chart compared to last bull run and what happened after March of 2021, even after April and the beginning of April of 2021, when XRP broke out to the all-time high, we saw this symmetrical triangle form after it broke out from the post-lawsuit news of the SEC suing them. Then overseas, exchange traded volume over in like China, over in Japan, they started buying up XRP because they know the true utility that it has. Ripple's target market, for their products and their services are not degen people in the crypto space, guys. It's not people that are trading meme coins or AI projects and, flipping these projects and moving over to different narratives. It's institutions, it's massive banks, it's big money, it's whale money. That's why we see these massive green candles come in when people are like, XRP's market cap is too large to make money. They don't really truly understand how much money is out there with these whales and these institutions that pump money into stuff like XRP. Case in point, last bull run cycle, even while they were going through the lawsuit, look at that. Another case in point is the previous cycle. Look at these massive green candles that came in with tens of billions to hundreds of billions of dollars for XRP. So how high will XRP go this bull run cycle? I've given you guys my prediction in probably 100 different videos. So it's kind of like a broken record at this point. So, $5 to $30. Will XRP go to $100? Maybe in the next 10 years, 20 years, it could happen, but it's going to take some time. And I would love to see, me be proven wrong this cycle. Hey, if XRP went to $50 to $100 this cycle, I'd be stoked because I'd make more money, but I'm not planning on it. I'm not going to wait for that to sell. I'm going to be hedging out a large chunk of my portfolio when I just told you guys, when the Pi cycle top indicators come in, when we're transitioning from yellow to green, and well before the November peak based on the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator right here. And as Bitcoin's dominance bounces from yellow to green before the next correction takes place as well too. So I'll be sharing all of that with you guys, not only on YouTube, but inside of Altcoin Pro as well too. Right now, I'm just holding. So looking at XRP right here on the daily chart compared to the MACD, we can see some confluence compared to the past. We saw a bearish cross right here on the 18th of February. We saw a breakdown in the MACD, trending back to zero, a little bit below zero. We saw the price sell off from 64 cents down to 37 cents and then form higher lows in a symmetrical triangle right here. And so when the MACD started to trend back up, it really went parabolic after April right here. When we were volatile in between there. As you can see, we came up to the descending resistance, boom, flash crash back down to the ascending support, come up to the resistance, and then just consolidate at the resistance for a period of time, break it, back test it, breakout, massive breakout. So right now we are at the descending resistance, similar to where we were right here. So yes, we could see some volatility within this period. XRP could come back down to $2.09. It's very well possible. Break up, consolidate the resistance, break it, close it, then break out. When the breakout will happen, for my thought process here is when Bitcoin's dominance drops. And when Bitcoin's dominance drops and XRP breaks out, it's going to happen very, very fast. As you guys can see, if we just measure from that breakout period for XRP right here on the 4th of April, it went from 57 cents to 63 cents. The next day, it went from 61 cents and it rallied 80% in one day. In one day. A lot of money came in really quick. This was not degen people. These were institutional whales pumping in to basically rocket the price all the way up in 9 days, 200+% to $2. 9 days. That's all you had. So in the rallies and the breakouts, they happen quick. They happen within a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month max. And then the consolidation periods are boring. They're long. They're drawn out. They're 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, sometimes even longer. As you guys have seen over the past couple years for XRP, how long it took, and then how quick this breakout happened within 1 month. It's all manipulation. So you just have to know how the whales play the game, and I'm teaching you the game here. They're getting ready to pump XRP, and the reason why I say this is for a few major fundamental catalysts. Number one, Gary Gensler is stepping down on the 20th. Trump is getting inaugurated. So I'd expect the rumors, or it's not even rumors, it's a fact that he's stepping down. So just buying the news up until the January 20th. So I would expect XRP, even if we saw a flash crash, that would be the dip of a lifetime to accumulate at $2.09. In my opinion, what I would do, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm probably going to go open as many longs as possible on leverage, at this price right here, because I would expect there to be a bounce if we saw that. Simultaneously, look at the MACD right now. We're witnessing an attempted bullish cross right here with the MACD line sitting barely on top of the signal line right now at 0.7722, whereas the signal line is at 0.07161, so 0.07722, right? Very similar to what happened back here in March when XRP was going through this phase of the market cycle, last bull run before the breakout. And then when the breakout happens, the target for XRP is anywhere between $3 to $4, the all-time high, because we're still below the all-time high, whereas Bitcoin is above the all-time high. So XRP has been underperforming in comparison to Bitcoin. Now, another thing that would be a major signal for XRP to start breaking out, along with other large cap projects, is the Ethereum to Bitcoin price chart. And so looking at ETH to Bitcoin price chart and pairing it up with the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator right here. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and just zoom out on the XRP price chart for you guys, and let's put up the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator that I just showed you on the weekly chart, and let's see when it tells us to start taking profits on XRP. So based on the last few bull runs, it said to start taking profits anywhere between the 15th of February when XRP was going through that consolidation phase that I just showed you on the left-hand side screen in that symmetrical triangle, to the 22nd of November of 2021. The cycle before then, it was saying the best time to start taking profits was anywhere between the 24th of April, and you would have been selling XRP at 4 cents. So that's like the earliest stage. That's if you bought XRP down at like Bitcoin's halving, right? Because look at Bitcoin's halving. XRP was at 19 cents all the way back here. Bitcoin's halving, XRP was all the way at 51 cents. This is when I was buying a lot of XRP, sub 50 cents, sub 60 cents, even all the way down here at 20 something cents, right? At the bear market bottom. That's when I was accumulating a lot of XRP. Now I'm just holding, I'm waiting, because I think what's going to happen here is going to be very similar to what we saw happen after April of 2021. And the majority of the gains for XRP are going to be made in between the profit start and the profit end. We don't know exactly where it'll peak out. As you can see, the peak for the previous bull run was at this first little transition from like the translucent or transparent green that's like almost dark green black to a little bit lighter, and it gets a little bit lighter to the end. So the further that we get into this Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator, the riskier it gets of a potential crash in a bear market. So the top came in on that first little green bar transition. The previous cycle, the top actually came in near the end, whereas the first peak in the market happened between the profit start and the first bar transition from like dark translucent, dark green to a little bit lighter green right here by like the 5th of June. It came in between there. So could we see the top for XRP come in relatively soon? When would that be? Well, the 10th of March is showing the first transition from dark translucent or transparent, whatever the word is for that, right? I'm not an English scholar here, okay? But the transition from this color green to this color green happens anywhere between the beginning of March, right? So the 3rd of March to like the 17th of March. And so could we see XRP absolutely explode going into the Gary Gensler news, Then the lawsuit gets dismissed, Ripple IPOs, they announce an XRP ETF, BlackRock starts marketing everywhere, and then that basically signals like the first peak for XRP for another major sell-off, somewhere upwards of $3, $4, $5, $6, $7. We'll see. That's what I would expect. Now, I don't know how high XRP is going to go. Nobody does. Just like how everyone that was predicting the price prediction for XRP all the way back here, people thought that this was the peak at 6 cents, 7 cents, then it sold off to 2 cents, rocketed up to 40 cents, and then consolidated for like 200 days, then rocketed up to over $3. So we just don't know. We don't know how much liquidity is going to come in from these institutions and these whales and these massive banking partnerships that Ripple's been making over the past few years. All that you can do is just back up your truck, buckle up, and just get ready. Because looking at the Ethereum to the Bitcoin price chart, what would signal a massive altcoin breakout is Ethereum breaking out. And I think it's time for Ethereum. Ethereum is due. Look at this massive downtrend right here on the MACD on the weekly chart. Also, look at the downtrend that we've been in since May of 2021 on the RSI, as well as the price chart too. We've been trending below 50 since December of 2022, the bear market bottom pretty much. And we've been trending below 0 since like pretty much the same time frame, 2023 March right here on the MACD. So I would expect there to be a reversal to happen at some point. We are witnessing a bullish cross below 0 on the MACD, whereas the RSI is at 41. So Ethereum has been suppressed because all attention has been on Bitcoin and then other narratives, which I do think will still outperform, Ethereum, like artificial intelligence and meme coins. But an Ethereum breakout would be like the checkered flag for all the cars to start to go, which would be AI meme coins. You got real world asset projects, you got agents, AI agents, we got meme coins, of course, we got the ISO projects, and then we got some other narratives like layer ones like SUI and stuff too that are just going to crush it. And so where we are on the ETH to Bitcoin price chart compared to the past, well, if we bring up the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator, we are right here or we are right here. So we saw this initial pump compared to Bitcoin, another sell-off, and then a breakout for Ethereum to the high of that bull run cycle. The last cycle before then, we saw this massive pump, little sell-off, and then the final peak for ETH to Bitcoin before we transition from yellow to light green. Transition from yellow to light green, the rally was over. So when I say this is going to be quick, I really mean it. And it's not just my opinion, it's just based on the facts of the past. So when we see Ethereum break out compared to Bitcoin, it doesn't need to come up to the high here of 2021 or the high here of 2017. It just would start outperforming Bitcoin and go back into an uptrend to come back down to this descending resistance right here. This is what I would expect for ETH to Bitcoin price chart. And simultaneously, that would be a confirmation of a bullish cross on the MACD on the weekly to pass above 0, where the MACD line in blue stays above the signal line. This is what I would expect for this reversal to take place. And then the RSI to breach potentially above 50 and hold 50 as support, find a peak, and then the bear market to start again, and for us to do something like this going into the end of 2025, 2026. This is what I would expect for ETH to Bitcoin. And when that happens will be when Bitcoin's dominance, and if I go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, starts, I think I deleted that chart. It's right here, right? When Bitcoin's dominance starts to break down to 50% or 40% or 30%, that's when everything goes crazy. And if we look at Google Trends right here, guys, and we search Bitcoin, Bitcoin's interest is down for retail. So there's still a lot of retail investors to come back into the crypto market. But when we compare it to something like AI, artificial intelligence, AI is blowing Bitcoin out of the water, which is why artificial intelligence projects right here is one of the hottest narratives. And this is why CoinMarketCap is telling us that AI and AI memes are really, really hot right now. They're booming. Near Protocol up 17%, Internet Computer up 19%, Render up 27%, Virtual Protocol up 16%, BitTensor Tau 20%. The list goes on and on and on. AIOZ up 42%. So having a diversified portfolio is one of the smartest things that you can do. I hold like 10 to 20 different projects, no more than that, just because I do crypto full time. If I had like a full-time job, I would probably hold like max 10 projects, and a large chunk of my portfolio would be allocated, to artificial intelligence, as it already is. But if you guys want to see what other projects our research team is extremely bullish on, Listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses, just go through the link in the description below. Get in right now. Watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.